Anybody that's already on Facebook, would you please confirm to us that you can hear us? That'd be awesome. And then as YouTube is coming along, oh, we got 2 thumbs up in the background. Thank you. All right. Excellent. And for those of you that are joining us that didn't get the email, we're going to be doing our Sauvignon Blanc today, our 2015 Messenger Reserve. We'll have some other special wines as well. I just tasted the special wine. I think it's pretty special. That is excellent. Super special wine. We're bringing in outside wine today, just so it's extra special. Oh, that was a good rinse. There we go. This is fantastic. It looks, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, we're almost there. Getting close, For those of you on Facebook, let us know what you guys are drinking today. Just to die for. We're going to have our live studio audience and a couple of our tasting that burger to see if it's any good. So somebody in the audience will be letting me know if that's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But I know for a fact that our black and blue burgers that we hand chop are absolutely fantastic. So they're basically steak burgers. Unbelievably tasty. If you've got the time and the will to chop up your own steak and turn it into something that's like a hamburger, it tastes more like steak because it has that texture. Absolutely fantastic. We're still struggling over on the tube side of things. All right, we've got one chat. Oh no, I see chat on YouTube. Hey, YouTube folks, can you give me a shout out if you can hear us? Grady's coming in. Looks like he's got it taken care of.
I'm feeling confident, but you know, whenever I feel confident, that means it's all fudged up.
Well, your whole life is that way. He's like, sure, everything's
wonderful, and it's all a complete train wreck.
I know.
Drinking Element.
We got some Element. Okay, so people can obviously hear us.
I think they can hear us. Looks like Sing For Me, Grady. What song can I sing that would not be in copyright?
I would sing a song of laughter and cheer.
A song of laughter and cheer? Is that like a song of ice and fire?
Well, it's just a little something from Scrooge, you know, back in the day.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
And I think if you just do a 10-second soundbite, you can copyright
that. Belly up to the bar, boy. Let your money be seen. Grr, how's that?
That's actually, we should have this as our main slogan as people are coming in.
See, that would be great. That's from Unsinkable Molly Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that place so much. The music is so gosh darn good.
Guess what? With us actually being on time for starting.
This is weird. It's 5 o'clock and everything's running.
All the stars in the universe are coming together.
They're aligning. Or that means the meteor is on its way.
So, well, actually, we just missed 2.
We did. One broke up around the sun. It's a shame. That's
too
sad.
bad.
I wanted to
Sweet
see it
meteor
come back.
death. Good time for it. You know what I want to do?
What?
I want to have some fun.
Let's have some fun.
All right. Hello, my friends. My name is Brad Beard. I am the owner and winemaker for Mercury Wine. Sorry, I have not gotten my hair cut yet, even though I think it's allowed somewhere in my... I am the owner and winemaker for Mercury Wine, celebrating 10 years in downtown Geyserville, California. Welcome to Happy Hour with Brad, where my brother, Grady, and I taste a little wine, enjoy some pairings, but most of all, we try to have a little fun. And that's what we're going to be doing today.
That much. We're going to have a lot of fun today because you have cooked up some unbelievably
we are doing all sorts of great
things.
stuff. You know, so all my vegetarian friends, we have a beautiful vegetarian asparagus sort of hamburger patty thing that if you throw it on a bun, you can participate in the burger parties. And then for Father's Day especially, we had an absolutely super decadent chopped steak as a hamburger. So we chopped up some sirloin, we chopped up some rib, and we also chopped up some brisket. So this isn't just a random chuck and God knows what in your hamburger. You know exactly what was in there because you chopped it and diced it all yourself. And then we mixed in a little bit of blue cheese and threw a bunch of pepper on that. So we ended up being a black and blue burger. So that's tons of fun.
Oh, this is totally right up my alley. There's no peppers today.
No peppers.
No weird
but
things.
we are going to watch Grady eat asparagus.
Mom,
this is going to be good.
Do not have a heart attack. I am going to eat asparagus, and I'm going to like it.
And then we'll warn Grady what's going to happen to him in about 4 hours after the asparagus. We are going to, he's never tasted it. He does not know these things, so he needs to be forewarned.
What happens when you eat asparagus?
Nothing. You get smarter. Your eyeballs pairing up perfectly with that asparagus burger. And we have jumped back into the, we were going to do the father for this burger, but I actually think that the messenger pairs up better with it. So this is our 2015 messenger. But for Father's Day, we do have the deal on our 2013 Father, which is a Cabernet Franc base blend. That's $10 off a bottle, so that's a great deal. And for our club members, your club discount is on top.
It applies.
Yep.
It applies.
And I just want to hit a few other things that are really important. As a lot of you guys know, I have, we're doing a, Grady's leaving. As soon as I leave, Grady, or as soon as I start talking about something like this. So we are, we've been working, and also grab me a, I don't need an apron. We've been working on a project with, as you guys know, I've been supporting the foster children programs in Arizona for the last couple of years. And I thought there's nothing better that I could do than help the kids that are probably going to end up in some foster situation. So I'm a part of this child help program. We're 61 years in business. They're rated 96 on the charity chart. Yep. So most of the money is going to the charity, but it's 25 men who think they can cook and fundraise. And so we're going to be putting some links to that, or you just go to our website or our Facebook page and you can click on that. And I did my rib recipe for that. It's absolutely fantastic, but there's 25 other people that are trying to raise money for these child abuse victims. And I was just clicking around. We've got some San Francisco Giants that I'm going up against. We've got some Los Angeles Angels that I'm going up against. We've got comedians. So we've got some people that are worldwide known. I'm not, but I think we can still crush those people with the amount of money that we can raise. So as you're Googling around, get onto our website, hit the link, and look at that. For my club members and friends who are donating in the Mercury slot, if you donate over $100 or more, you might get a bottle of my Sauvignon Blanc or the XIII. So, you know, you get to, there's even more motivation. If you didn't want to help out children that needed help as much, but you wanted to dig just a little deeper, get up to that $100 mark so that you can get a bottle of wine, and we'll ship that out in your next club shipment, or you can come and grab that. Speaking of the wine, Mother Nature's been just wonderful to us. It's been warm during the middle of the week, but cool on the weekends.
So nice.
So we're kind of sliding down into this cool summertime, still getting close to the 80s, and this is where this Sancerre style Sauvignon Blanc, I know I keep saying that, the Sancerre style Sauvignon Blanc, so it's a little more melons, a little more pears, not quite as citrusy, not quite as a heartburn attack as the New Zealand style. Just
because Tums and wine don't go good together.
We got Father's Day going on. We got the raffle. Oh, one last more important thing. Our big 15-liter bottle back here. We're gonna be raffling that off. It's in 2 weeks, Grady.
2 weeks, the 26th, June 26th.
So we've got
get your tickets in.
Get your tickets now. 6 bottles or more get you a ticket. If you're a wine club member, you already have a ticket and you know what's going on there. So let me see. We've covered all those fun things: banners, tasting, burger. Oh my gosh!
We're great. It's only 6 minutes in, and we're 20 minutes ahead of where we normally are. This is amazing. You're going to get a full hour of entertainment today.
You think
we're not skimping.
You think so?
No, a full hour.
I don't know.
Full hour of delicious entertainment.
I think it's crazy already. Let's start tasting and having some fun.
Oh, why not?
So,
because you know, man.
How early do we want Grady to eat asparagus?
Oh, God! Can't we save that for the end? Let's save that.
Let's give a shout out to our studio audience.
I did. Our studio audience is here. You can hear there's people in the back. That's not just a laugh track. We actually have people in audience today, and thank you guys for coming.
Turning up the last.
What was making us crazy today is we're trying to cook enough food so that they can taste along with us today. So we're going to be giving them little nibbles and little tastes of what we're going to be doing, and it's going to be a whole.
It's going to be super fun. I'm excited about it. This is a really nice apron, by the way, Brad.
It
You did
is.
such a good job
You
on
can
this.
get these aprons. You can be a pig deal just like me.
You could be a super pig deal.
You can say that you've won all of those rib cook-offs and
You
and
could
that
say
kind
you
of thing.
have this big Kaiserville belt buckle back
Kaiserville
there
belt buckle.
that you've won that you
That
won't
is-
wear.
That is good.
Have it out there.
So,
I'm
Anna,
thinking a big chain around his
before I
neck.
start tasting, Anna, does anybody have any questions for me today?
Everybody's just saying hello.
We got the hellos in there.
Go ahead.
Everybody wants to see Grady eat vegetables.
Actually, here's what this is going to turn into our own mini fear factor, where each week we're going to come up with a different vegetable that
I have
Grady's
to
never
try.
eaten, and we're going to do it on TV.
Well, that'd be easy because I don't eat any of them.
I know.
I just want to say hi, everybody, and
Hi,
I'm grabbing
everybody.
a wine glass, so there we go.
Good job, Daddy. Good job.
Fantastic. So whenever you're ready, we can bring some veggie burgers out, and we'll see what Grady.
Can't we just eat the cheese plate? Look how yummy the cheese is. Nobody likes that veggie stuff.
All right, so we have both burgers here.
Wow.
One for
Wow,
Grady,
they are both
one for
beautiful.
Brad.
Excellent.
There we go.
All right, and then for the veggie burger, we did go ahead and doll that one up with a beautiful heirloom tomato on top here. And then we've got this beautiful Greek yogurt, dill, garlic. What else am I missing in there, Danny? Dill, garlic, Greek yogurt sauce that is absolutely goes nicely on top. And a little, oh, you're going to get to see Grady wiggle his way past a tomato. This will be funny.
People are killing me. Killing me.
And then we'll talk about the black and blue burger. Come on, Fred, come up and say hi.
Fred?
People haven't seen you for a while, Freddie.
Would you like some
Oh,
asparagus
man.
burger, Fred? Good,
Actually-
because you're going to get a lot.
Actually, last night we ate the leftovers from the asparagus burgers from Monday because I thought they weren't going to make it through today. And so Freddie's new snacks are the asparagus burger. He
Really?
absolutely loves it. Where he'll turn his nose up at a lot of things,
Yep.
but he thought
He ate the
gave it
asparagus
2
burger?
paws up.
If Freddie gave it 2 paws up, maybe Grady will give it a paw or 2 up. We'll see.
All right. All right, I'm going to dig in. Oh, I lost the Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, sorry, that was my fault.
That's
I am
okay.
so sorry. Mmm. Oh, and by the way, Mom, Brad has never given me the quarter for every bite that I've eaten of these stupid vegetables. Mom used to give me a quarter every time I'd have a bite of vegetables, so
What's the
I'm
small-
75 cents in.
Where's the smallest violin?
The smallest violins in the world. Oh, well.
All right, Grady.
All right, are we doing the veggie
I'm
first?
going in for the veggie.
Give me some more
And
wine.
You'll need something to wash it down with.
God bless America.
And
I
then
will.
what I did for you, and honestly, as I made these this morning, I did this for you. I added in some more breadcrumbs. So
Thank
there's
you.
more breadcrumbs than
Dan.
usual to asparagus.
Nice.
So I think
Thank
you're
you.
going to be able to get through it.
He does love me. He really does.
And you know, we parboil the asparagus before
Okay.
we fry it up. So it's going to kind of just blend itself in there, and let's see
All
how
right,
it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
Mm.
Oh, dill. Ooh, I can smell the dill. I
Yep.
can smell
And
the
you
dill
love
from
dill.
dill.
You
And
love dill.
dill is it. Dill weed is me. I am a dill weed. I love dill.
Oh. Get some garlic, spice. The yogurt is absolutely.
All right, everybody, are you all sitting down?
No? Yes? No? He's getting it down. He's getting it down. All right. Feel
I
this-
am giving. I'm.
All right. We
Yep.
got the dill. Now check it out with that. Mm-hmm.
The dill is spectacular. There is so much other spice going on there too.
Yes.
You've got a lot going on in this burger here.
And we sort of masked all asparagus because Grady also put some mushrooms. He loves mushrooms, so we chopped up some cremini. Most people that do asparagus patties just do the asparagus, the breadcrumbs, some egg, things like that. I chopped up some mushrooms in there too, so it kind of gave it a texture that is closer. If you're going to make it as a burger versus just a patty that you're going to eat, and you get a lot of that nice. Mom has asparagus growing, so you can actually have a fresh asparagus.
That would be spectacular. I cannot wait. No lie. That is the very best vegetable I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
Hands down. That
All
is
right,
so good.
Jamie, have you had a chance to try this yet?
Not the asparagus, only the beef.
Okay. All right. So how? But so far on the beef, okay. We got 2 thumbs up on the
All right,
beef
John
over there.
Huddick.
All right.
I ate it for you.
Asparagus has a very nice spice to it.
Oh,
the
Oh, a little
asparagus
spice?
has such spice, Brad.
Too much salt, but
What?
spice is really good.
No problem
Never.
at all.
Never.
That's okay. Everybody has their own salty level.
Well, he had to do it so I
You
would
know what?
enjoy it.
I might have
Really good.
oversalted the asparagus when I did the parboil, just to kind of set the color and stuff. I never know how much to add. Parboiled it. This one I'd forgotten, so I chopped them up, and so they might have gone a little quicker and absorbed a little more salt. I will watch that for the next time. So watch the
Wow.
salt and the recipe.
Really good.
Wow.
Excellent.
I
All right.
cannot say enough about this.
Oh, wait a
burger.
minute. And then my super carnivore in the back just gave an O and 2 thumbs up on the asparagus burger.
You've
Tom?
got to try this
I can
recipe.
trick
It is
people all the
stunning.
time now, I think.
And if Brad hadn't told me it was asparagus, I'd have thought he didn't mince the onion very well.
And so you're
So
okay
it's
on the
pretty
salt?
gosh darn good.
And actually, my little yogurt sauce,
And now I'm
I thought
excited
was
for
a
what
little high
happens
in
later.
salt too. But
What happens
I
later
thought
with
it was good.
asparagus?
Holy cow. All right, guys. I need you to be adventurous. Watch my video on
must.
YouTube.
You must.
Check it out. It is not that hard. There's not that many ingredients. You can get the panko crumbs. Everybody makes them. Everybody's got them. Everybody's got asparagus. Asparagus is actually fresh now and possibly from within 7,000 miles of you.
Where you live,
So you can get your fresh asparagus. You just chop it up. You mix it in with the eggs,
This
the
is
breadcrumbs,
such a surprise.
little bit of spice, and gosh darn it, it is so good. And a lot of Parmesan that helps
Yeah.
to bind it. But what's also neat about asparagus is typically, I don't know anybody that's ever pan fried asparagus. So what's kind of interesting about the burger is that because we fry it like a hamburger, you're getting some nice caramelization on the outside of the asparagus, which which is I think why you might actually enjoy asparagus now.
Definitely.
Because you get the caramelization on the asparagus, which is rare because normally it's steamed. Sometimes you'll get it on the grill and there's some caramelization
It's
on it.
soggy and it's just
But-
laying there. It's disgusting.
Soggy.
Soggy.
Well,
gross.
if you get soggy asparagus at a restaurant, you just send it back and tell them to give you some stuff. that's
Well,
not
I've never
soggy,
ordered it, so I
'cause it's
wouldn't
not
know,
supposed
would
to
I?
be. but I'm also going back in there. And now, I did notice Grady missed the heirloom. So, I'll tell you what,
Oops,
if we
sorry.
get a 2-case order from somebody, Grady's going to eat this is how we're going to do it.
You are a rat
Grady's going to
bastard.
eat the heirloom tomato, which is
God.
fresh off the vine.
Nobody buy 2 cases. Don't you dare. Don't
All right,
do it.
I'll tell you what, cumulative.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Hey, no, that's not better. That's
So-
worse.
So we only need it. Each person about a bottle, and we're good to go. And Grady will eat a tomato.
Damn
Or
it.
not. We'll see. We'll see. He'll do it.
No, grind that tomato up in a
We'll do it.
salsa. I'll eat it all day. You know it. But Brad,
So-
I'm telling you,
but
this
seriously,
is
but
the
how
best vegetable I've ever had in my entire life.
And how much fun for your vegetarians. Now you're presenting them something that's not a portobello mushroom.
Right, not boring.
I have a good friend, Carrie, who every time she comes to one of my events and she asks for vegetarian meals, I
gets
typically will give her a portobello.
Because that's all they offer.
And she
normally.
is so tired of eating portobellos as a vegetarian. And so that's why I made this specifically for you.
Wow.
And
Carrie,
I,
you were going to go
I
chocolate.
think you're going to really, really like this.
It is so good.
Yeah.
If you had not told me, I would have said you just didn't mince your onion very well.
Yeah, just a little resistance in there.
Just a touch of resistance, but not that weird, overwhelming vegetable thing going on. It's really good.
Thank you.
You killed it. You crushed it. It's amazing.
And then, so this was an experiment, and actually in a couple weeks I'm going to be doing a similar recipe to this along with my rainbow vegetables with Jim Ricard in the Left Bank. So we got to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
promoting our Left Bank wineries that
All of
are
our
up
fun
here
friends.
in the northern Alexander Valley. So be looking for that. You'll get the email that will be
It's
going.
like on the 24th, isn't it? 24th?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a
I don't
couple days before the
my
big
phone is
giveaway.
filming this, so I don't know. I don't,
Oh, we
my
can't check the phone.
My brain is doing something else right now.
But
so
I think it's the
24th.
24th. Yeah.
I think you're pretty right.
Thursday.
And then,
Yep.
and actually, it's going to be at my house. So we're going to be filming in front of the garden
Even more
and having a lot of fun with all of our Left Bank friends. So very spectacular. And you know what I wanted to do? I just wanted to try a little bit of the Cabernet.
Oh.
Just in case you were mainly a red wine drinker,
I would love to go
but
for
wanted to try the asparagus because when I'm at a steakhouse, a lot of times they're going to serve me a steak and there's going to be asparagus.
Okay.
And so I know that asparagus a lot of times goes with red wine. So
Yeah.
let's see if this pairs.
I've got a feeling, Brad. I don't think you couldn't pair this burger because the dill really takes it over the top.
Dill works.
Doesn't taste awful, which is weird.
Wow, Mom. That's 3/4 I got to give them.
75 cents, baby. Brad, I think the red wine is a killer accompaniment.
I think the red wine goes with the asparagus patty. It's fighting a little bit with the dill and the yogurt,
Okay.
but it's not horrible. I could absolutely,
yeah.
I could absolutely enjoy this together.
Oh, but I'm so into dill. I would be like, go for it. It's so yummy.
Wow, that's fantastic. That is something, and I promise you, even if you don't have a grill, this is something you can do inside. Heat up a skillet, toss these asparagus together. Such an easy recipe, and now that you know that all of us like it, I think you're going to like it too.
Yeah.
And then I did want to do a little shout out today. One of our longtime wine club,
Gotta get some wine in our glass.
one of our longtime wine club members and friends is retiring, I believe, after 26 or 27 years today.
Wow.
So we have
Liz Osborne. Hey,
Yes.
congratulations
All right, Liz,
to your
congratulations.
retirement. Ready, 1, 2, 3, congratulations, Liz! Yay! Here's to you. Thank you for teaching those awesome kids all these years.
I'm sure you taught them right and made sure they learned their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and geography.
Times
and
tables, all the things I never learned. Sorry,
Oh,
Grandma.
like, actually, Danny's got something to say.
All
about
right,
that.
we have a question here from Carrie.
Carrie!
Carrie? What's
yes.
Carrie?
We were just talking about you. It's so weird. It's like you're watching the stream or something.
She would like to know what is growing in Brad's garden this year.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we have some volunteer tomatillos, and then we've got some other tomatillos because we didn't know if they were going to volunteer in. We have got the Sweet 1000 tomatoes. We've got a ton of different heirlooms, some beefsteaks. Those are doing great, and I'm going to devastate one person in my audience because we were deciding on who was actually going to get their first tomato, and it's really hard to get a tomato before the 4th of July. I was running behind in this deal. But one of my baby sweets, one of my baby sweets ripened. And I was taking a picture actually to show you, just to pretend like it was ripe, but it was actually so ripe it fell off the vine and we had to eat it. And so I have eaten, but it was a baby, so it's not a big red. So we'll see if who gets the big reds because none of my other.
But our
tomatoes are
baby
full.
tomato.
We have
vines-
4.
I harvested 4 sweet 100s and 1 sunblower.
Oh, so I did
And a
lose.
sunblower.
lost.
What's this?
All right, dang it. That's the last time I give out my soil recommendations to my friends. I got crushed. Actually, she gets her garden seeded is fantastic, and she gets a little more sun than me, so I'll blame it on the sun
Blame it
exposure.
on the sun.
Then you saw them this morning. You saw how tall those have gotten. I don't know what I do.
They're
I have to
almost
build-
7 feet
They're-
tall.
My tomato
I
vines are
swear.
7 feet tall.
They're taller than us.
And loaded with tomatoes,
Yeah.
so I'm either going to have to
I don't
get
have a vegetable
some
garden.
custom cages
I
or
don't know
something.
what we're gonna
I don't
do.
know.
We're gonna have to
Stand
figure
out there
something
and hold them all day. Or
But we
they're
also
gonna be
have
flopping over.
we have bell peppers, we have serranos, we have jalapenos.
Well, how's our onions this
We
year?
have tons of onions. Our onions, and they were all volunteers. All onions just started coming up. So-
What's that? Drones help out. So they had drones monitoring the soil content and the
They
air
dropped the
quality.
seeds right in. They
and so
airlifted
it's
some
good, but,
beavers in.
But
to
the
pat it in.
garden is doing great again this year, so we're gonna have. We've got way too many. We've probably got
it's
20
gonna
or 30
be
tomato
caprese
plants. So,
salad for days.
so if you're up here during harvest,
Yes.
there's as if you've been here before, there's usually 10 or 15 pounds of tomatoes sitting here
Sitting on
in
the desk here.
because we can't eat them all.
I can
All
only
right,
make
so,
so much
I'll do
salsa.
that.
Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome.
Great question,
All right.
by the way, Carrie. Thank you.
Oh, and actually, I was down there and I saw Stan's garden, and his tomatoes were looking pretty good. And he was growing a few other things I can't remember right now. But when I was delivering wine in the Bay last month, they had a really nice garden.
They
going
turned
on
their
as well.
front yard into a little garden,
It is.
right?
It's fantastic.
How
Yep.
fun is that? Turn your front yard into a garden. Genius. Genius. Plant flowers, though.
All right. So, do you want to wash that asparagus burger out, or do you want to?
You know, I'm actually going to keep eating it just for John Huddick. I'm just going to enjoy it. It's surprisingly amazing. Even though I did kind of get a little salivary when I was cutting the video together, because the way Brad was describing it was So delicious.
It's amazing.
But I
And
didn't
it's-
believe him. I did not believe that you could
Yeah.
make asparagus taste delicious, and Brad did.
And then just so
It's
pleased
delicious.
on how well it paired with the wine.
Oh, the Sauv
And
Blanc is
it
killer.
was perfect with it, but
Killer.
I suspect I didn't have the XIII that night, but I did
Oh.
have a
With
bottle
that
of the Viognier.
creamy
The Viognier worked great with it as well, and so did we had a little bit left of the XIII, Viognier, Albarino. The Albarino actually went quite nicely with it as well.
Albarino! Because
I
that
think the
bright
Albarino,
pear-
honestly,
Yeah.
went better with the sauce.
Oh,
And then
the
so
dill.
the dill and all of that, I think it went really good with that as
Wow.
well.
Wow, I've got to try that. I would even try that burger with Albarino because that is amazing.
Yes.
What a surprise. What a neat
With
surprise.
the reds, it worked fine too.
55 years old, I learned something.
There we go. All right. Something about old dogs and new tricks or something.
I don't have a lot of tricks left at this point. so-
You're not just a one-trick pony. All right. So for our next one, guys, it's basically a steak that we chop up. And we put it into what looks like a hamburger patty, but you're basically having a steak burger. And what's nice about chopping up your own steak is that, typically when you're buying hamburger from your local purveyor, it's just a little too thin, and sometimes can be tough because they overgrind it. And then you just don't know what's inside there. So if you're going to be doing yourself, and for Father's Day, I thought, you know what, this is a great time. Treat your father. And this is a rib, brisket, and sirloin, top sirloin burger that we chopped all up. And what's neat when you're chopping it all up, once you have the great consistency that you want, you can go ahead and season it, chop it through one more time, and so the seasoning actually is very well integrated. And then if you freeze your blue cheese, you can put your blue cheese on it for your last chop, then fold everything together, and it makes it a different style of the black and blue burger. Typically, you're either going to have a big wad of blue cheese
Right in the
smashed in the
center,
center,
which is
or
good.
they'll put a little blue cheese over the top. But this one integrates it through the whole burger. And then versus frying this burger, you end up with a beautiful crustification of the blue cheese on the bottom, kind of accentuating the salt and that the deliciousness of the cheese mixed with the meat. And I think it worked out really well. And everybody here thought that was a pretty good deal too. So just a nice way to do a burger, and gives you something to do and do something special for your father or for yourself or whoever you want to make that for.
Nice. I cannot wait to try it. This is something I've been looking forward to ever since I started cutting the video together, that, oh my God, this is going to be unbelievable.
Excellent.
It looks amazing.
Oh, the other thing I did is typically I'll buy my pickled onions, but dang it, I didn't have any. And because we just don't go to the grocery store like we used to, I just threw some onions in a red wine vinegar and a distilled white vinegar and let them sit for a couple of hours, and that gave you just a beautiful pickled onion.
Take his word for it.
Oh, wow. Danny, you
cooked these
burgers
beautiful.
just perfect.
They are perfect.
We've got a
so good.
beautiful medium rare going on over here. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, that.
Now this is what we're talking about right here. Come on.
Give Grady some meat. He'll be happy.
This is where life gets exciting. The other thing was definitely good. I will give it two thumbs up. It was so good. But Brad, the flavor on this,
Yep.
not like not like a hamburger.
No.
Not like a
Well, you have a
hamburger at
different
all.
texture, and the texture is more like steak, and so that's what's
The
nice.
texture is totally
It's like you're eating a
steak-like.
steak, but it happens to be on a bun, but you can't eat a steak because you can't,
The
chop it to a steak,
pepper, the blue cheese. Oh man, I cannot wait to try it with the messenger. It's going to be
Danny,
ridiculous.
rip a little piece of steak off and make Anna eat it. She's been missing out. I know that she's been sitting there responding to everybody's chats. Anna, because she missed out on all the goodies last week.
Thank you, Anna.
Sure appreciate it.
For the team.
You are the best.
She missed out on all the good stuff.
Brad, what made you choose those 3 cuts of meat? Because they taste so good.
Well, what happened was one of my good friends happens to be a purveyor here of local meats.
Right?
And, his name is Larry with Katati Foods.
Larry.
So we have
You rock,
a
brother.
small
You're the best.
food distributor here in town that I'm good friends with them because we do so many events. And so they sort of treat me like a restaurant. And he was like, hey,
do.
Brad, I've got these really crazy burgers that one of my local purveyors is making. And it's actually a chuck rib and brisket burger.
Okay.
And I said, my God, that sounds fantastic. I would like to try it. So I tried it. it's been a huge hit here. It's what I eat exclusively are these. But when I was going to do this this video, I was just going to turn those into Juicy Lucy's, slap some cheese in the middle, fry them up, and it'd be great. But I thought nobody's going to be able to go up to their butcher counter and say, "Can I get the prime rib, and brisket
All ground together,
burger?"
please.
They
Well,
look like you're
back
crazy.
in the 70s they would have done it, but they wouldn't do it now.
I bet you could, but it's not something that was easily found. But I know you can buy those 3 types of steak at any butcher shop or
Right.
grocery store. So that was what I was thinking. That's why I wanted to do it. I wanted to try to reproduce the burger that I'd had, but how can I make it better? Chop it yourself, and so it turned it from just a regular hamburger into a steak burger. And I do like this better.
And the blue cheese
Yeah.
really jumps out at you.
All the
But
way through.
Again, having it coated with the beautiful pepper on top just takes it to the next level. And it is stunning with the messenger, dude. It is
Yeah.
stunning.
It is really, really good.
Can I interject?
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
must
may.
interject, Anna.
While you're chewing. John Cuddick said
Again, John again.
for his black and blue, he makes a reduced sauce with red wine, barbecue sauce, A1 ketchup, and Worcestershire, and the sweetness balances out the blue.
He's saying that he makes a reduction sauce with
Go ahead.
ketchup, wine,
A1,
A1,
barbecue sauce,
sauce,
Worcestershire,
and Worcestershire to kind of cut the crazy, crazy blue.
And that's a reduction to drizzle over the top.
Way to go, John.
That sounds fantastic, John.
That sounds amazing,
I said,
sir.
"John, you're hired."
You're hired. Come and do our next video.
Come have a barbecue. Fly the Harrier in.
Your plane will land on our landing.
Uh-huh.
So,
I'll take a picture.
all
It'll be
right,
cool.
everybody. If you don't know,
My Instagram will be the best
all right.
ever.
If you guys don't know, we have the United States premier Harrier pilot chatting with
That's
us
who
today.
you're talking to.
And so, next time you're flying around San Francisco, swing up to Geyserville, land. We'll get you some. Show
Make
me the
it happen.
recipe. Obviously, you probably shouldn't have a drink before you fly your Harrier again.
No,
So we'll eat
a
your
little
we'll-
wine
we'll-
isn't gonna
we'll
hurt
try your
anything.
recipe, and it'd be good
Sounds
to see you again,
fantastic.
John. I hope everything is going fantastic for you. Thank you so much.
And
for
Becca,
everything
I
that
hope
you
you're
do.
eating some of those delicious burgers too.
Yes. All right, we will try the sauce, and you know what, John?
That
Thinking about
sauce
that,
sounds
there's
really
been a lot
good.
of times I've had a black and blue burger out at a restaurant where they gave me so much blue, I had to
Overpowering.
scrape the blue off because
Right.
it was just too intense. Totally understand it. And we had somebody have a panic attack in the audience. It does happen that some of them, and so I do agree with you that the blue might be a little overpowering. And what I do to handle that is I'll take one of my, and I know you've probably had it since you've been up here a lot, one of our Point Reyes blue cheese, which is a very, very
Subtle.
blue. It
Subtle.
subtle.
It's not smacking you. It's not beating you over the head with the blue cheese.
Yes, it is. The Point Reyes blue is so blue. Now they do make a couple different styles.
They
So
do.
maybe you were.
The one you always gave me was very smooth,
But
very low key.
All right, but what I did with that is I blended it 50-50 with cream cheese.
Oh, well, that certainly helped.
So you can take a $28 a pound blue
Right.
cheese,
And
cut
spread it out a bit.
cut it with cream cheese because it's such an intense one.
Right.
You can cut it with the cream.
OMG, dude. This is the best burger I've ever had in my life. Seriously.
Awesome. You know what? I just wanted to go back to one last thing. For those of you that are just tuning in, I know that a bunch of you have just tuned in the last 10 minutes. If you know me, you know I love to support my family and friends, and we've got some great people that are with the Child Help Network. You can get to our website or our Facebook page, and you can find it. And I am participating in 25 men who think they can cook and fundraise. I know I can cook. I'm pretty sure I can fundraise. So just a real quickie here, check into that. Please support us with child abuse.
Yep.
And
He makes
it's a really important thing,
Yep.
especially coming up into Father's Day. You know, we want to make sure that the families are all together and everything is going good. So 61 years, 96 on the charity watch. So it's a great charity where all the money is going to the right place. And speaking of Father's Day,
Speaking of Father's Day,
Okay, we were talking about the Father last week, and the Father is our Cabernet Franc based blend. You know me, you know I love Cabernet Franc, my absolute favorite grape varietal, because I love it on its own, but I can pretty much put it in anything else and make it more spectacular. What we're doing today is, last week I told you through Father's Day, it's a $75 bottle of wine, but you can get $10 off.
85.
It is a $85 bottle of wine. But if you subtract, I did this at math.
You already did the math. That's the problem.
This is where I struggled in school. This whole dyslexia thing has been really tough for me. You know, it could be a $120 bottle.
Could
of
be
wine.
$200 at this
Could be
point.
85. I don't know. We'll just make it up as we go. I'm sure somebody will get me for that. All right, it's an $85 bottle of wine that right now is $10 off if you're a non-wine club
That's
member.
the 2013.
2013. So I've aged it for you. It is delicious
stunning.
and ready to drink.
Tom, is it good? He can't even talk. It's so good.
It's so we've got that super fantastic wine that's still on sale. We have a few cases left of that. But I was thinking right before Father's Day, how much fun would it be to do a pre-release on the brand new 2016 Father?
This is
So
exciting.
we've got our 2016 Alexander Valley Cabernet Franc that we're going to be tasting this with this burger. Let's see if it's
You
any
know
good.
what? I got a feeling. And I don't think I've had the 16, have I?
You did probably 4 or 5 months ago when we got it bottled, but
Right, when it was fresh and it was still kind of
yeah,
unruly.
honestly, it's still developing. And this wine, if it does come around, we will release it in November for the November Wine Club. But if not, probably this wine won't go to the wine club until spring of next year. But let's see how it's tasting. Let's see if it's
I'm so
going good.
excited.
Hey, are we holding the price on this? Is this still going to be $85 just like the 13?
The 13 was at 85 because it had gone to the library. But I think we may have thought about releasing it to 75.
So this would be the 75. So this
Right.
is already $75. Okay.
Right.
We should probably raise that tomorrow.
Buy now! Buy big before he goes cray-cray and it's $500.
All right. This is a baby in the bottle, but this is a big wine. I can smell
Wow.
that it's tight,
Right.
but I can
But-
feel these intense flavors
It
bubbling
is
up.
smacking your
And
nose buds.
so Grady has not had this today. I have. While he's doing that, I'm going to visit our folks. You just enjoy and,
I'm
and,
just gonna
and
enjoy
just
this.
discuss amongst yourself. I'll get you a freshie. Because, all right, that person was going to drink more than a wine shot. That was a half a glass.
All right, so all for our Arizona people, should I be more like Ladmo and have a big tie? Remember when Ladmo had the big tie? Let me know on the chat, because I'm thinking about going with a big tie, so I can just be a little cooler.
I say yes, big tie.
Big tie?
Big tie.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, wait, bigger the better.
The bigger the better.
You know?
And
not?
then I could have Ladmo bags, and they'd be full of wine instead of waffos. It'd be so much fun.
Absolutely.
Dude, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
We're gonna do it. I'm gonna wear a big tie. It's gonna happen. It'll be great. Maybe a top hat.
This is the new one.
I look great in a top hat, by the way.
You don't say.
I do say.
All right.
So 168 top hats walked into a bar.
What?
Thank
And
you.
the top hat said,
keeps going.
Thank you.
My God,
"You're welcome."
Brad,
Cheers.
this is coming
All
out the
right.
gate so strong.
All right.
So strong.
We only made 50, 60 cases of this. This is going to be very much like the Viognier that we pre-released on accident 2 weeks ago. So there's probably only about 10 to 15 cases that are available to the general public or to order extra, because I do promise my club that they will get at least one bottle of this, and I need to make sure that we save that so everybody can. So the nose is going on further. A really nice, rich, darker character to this wine. Maybe not bright cherries, but more stewed plums. I'm getting some nice sweet vanilla. I did use my aromatic Zeppelin Forest French barrels on this wine, so that it's not an oaky, bitey flavor, but that's going to give me some vanilla flavors in there as well.
Definitely
And that's what
coming
that
up.
nice creaminess on the nose is.
The creaminess on the nose is insane.
We say vanilla for sure.
Oh, we have a vanilla for sure. And actually,
Forest. And the forest.
we got some forest floor. So we got the mushrooms. We got those darker forest floors. And actually, right now, my first couple bites I had, my first couple of sips, I still had some nice fat from the steak. But now on my third sip, the fat from the steak is gone, and now I'm getting some more aggressive tannin. Like I said, this is a very, although it's been in the barrel for 3 years and 6 months in the bottle so far, this wine has a long way to go to have those tannins integrate. So for me personally, my first couple sips, I didn't notice the tannins, but without fat coating my tongue, I'm noticing that they're not, these are good tannins. These are the tannins that I know that are going to give me structure and allow this wine to age beautifully. So this is not a bad thing. So at first I was just getting the vanilla notes, and now I'm getting the tannins that are giving me structure, which is coming from the wood. Speaking of wood,
Some nice cedar.
a lot of cedar in there.
Definitely.
I know cedar because I used to chew
Wow.
my number 2 pencil to death every day when I was at school, wondering if the teacher was going to call me to ask to read.
Yep.
That would have been brutal.
Yep.
Actually, the crowd's gone silent. Everybody's
Everybody's
thinking
enjoying, they're
and
drinking,
tasting.
getting into it.
I guess Grady set the price at $75, and so your club discount. I thought it was going to be at the 85, but I said the other one was 75. So
It was, no, it's
$75
always
is
things. So
fine.
many
We'll let
factors.
it go now. It's also early, so it's technically it'll be kind of like a barrel tasting where you get a little bit of discount.
A little discount before it comes out. That's
So
kind of fun.
right now, we'll go ahead and set the price. What's those jewelry shows that I used to get caught up into at
Oh,
4
yeah,
o'clock in the
QVC
morning,
and
where there
stuff.
was, here's my cubic zirconia, 15
Look at
carat
go.
thing.
Exactly.
For
Look at it
now,
spin around the tray. Oh my God, it's so good.
$979,000, but today,
But today, for your price,
14,
if you buy all of them now,
God, they hooked me every time.
But
you
wait.
you should see my jewelry.
Don't-
We didn't get any
We
cubic
did.
zirconia.
No.
And we have not, but we did get some strawberries from
we
QVC
did get
last
those.
year.
Yeah, they were pretty gosh darn good. They grew beautifully. They were
Oh
really
my
nice.
lord! All right, guys, but seriously, yeah, so if you want this wine, absolutely go ahead and order it. We've got the 13 available. We've got about 3 to 4 cases of the 13
Yep,
Father
not
left.
much.
This one obviously brand new, but we can really only sell at this time about 10.
Wow.
So pretty limited as that goes.
All right, 10 for the 16. That's good to know, so I don't screw
Yes,
up
no,
with
I'm
that.
sorry, yes.
Can you come over here for a second?
Sure. All right.
Uh-oh,
Brad
we
will
have-
keep
uh-oh,
talking.
we have a
We'll,
situation.
keep doing some
YouTube?
things.
Oh, it did come back?
Oh, we were. One of our studio audience members said we had to come and watch you live because we couldn't stand the jitteriness of YouTube. All right. Anybody that works for YouTube that happens to be a club member or watching, can you give us a call and help us out? While we
Yeah,
can't
man,
get
because
this stream
seriously,
figured out?
that's just lame.
Because
What the hell, man?
our first couple of weeks, everything was fine, but we've been getting pretty
Smooth.
jittery.
We have good
And that's
internet,
not just
too.
because of the coffee or the DTs.
Well, could be the DTs.
Okay, couple questions.
on, Fred,
Important one.
Serious. We have a serious note.
John Huddock says, I can't find a link on your website or video for child help. No, for
Biscuits.
child help. So we
I know.
have to.
All right. Obviously, that's my fault.
Give me
That is my fault.
Give
But I will
me,
make sure that I email you with
in
the correct
27 minutes. Actually, Anna probably will just do it from there. So Anna will shoot you the link, but for the
link.
rest
Not
of
on
you,
that computer, she won't.
All right.
She's eating
Anna
the
decided
burger.
that she's eating the burger. So-
Fred.
all right, John, hang on just a minute, and we will either shoot you the
Damn
link
it.
or get it up
I
on.
knew I pushed the publish button, but maybe I didn't push
Yeah,
publish.
publishing.
And then I have a couple wine questions.
All right. Oh, good. A wine question.
So,
Ooh, take the heat
first
off
of
Brady.
all,
Why did
now I
Brady-
find it. Do you guys have
Wine spoofing don't feel bad.
Do you guys have any of the 2016 element left?
That is a very
I think Anna saw one bottle over there.
Do you have any?
Any
hot-
hidden-
Wait a minute. There might be a couple of cases hiding out at the ranch. I know we have one bottle here in the tasting room. Claim it really quickly. And then
Right. Push the
I'm
button.
pretty sure, so if you want to let me know how many you would like, and up to 2 cases, I could pretty much fulfill that order.
Okay.
And that was Thomas Hawk.
Hey, Thomas.
Thanks,
you were a rock
Thomas.
star.
Yeah.
You were Mr.
Oh, no,
Chatty
Carrie.
Chatty
Carrie
Chatty.
asked that, and then
Oh, God damn it.
and then Thomas was drinking it.
Well, that works out
That make
perfectly.
Carrie
I mean-
think of it.
Carrie Carrico says mine.
Mine, she says.
Oh,
She says
all right,
dibs.
that one's going.
Dibs.
But wait a minute. When we were auctioning things lower, what if we auctioned things
Higher.
Oh.
So do we have 250, 300, 400? No, you're good. It's
Sold
yours.
$1,000 a case.
But I do have those, and then those of you that do know, I think we have a few bottles of the 13 element.
Oh, actually,
Um,
we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 bottles of 13 element
So
up there.
for those of you that want something that is
Elegant.
And a couple of these.
oh, and a couple hand signed bottles for me because we don't have labels on them.
Oh, we don't. We totally have labels on them, ABC. But
I
no,
will put
God
labels
damn it.
on.
Signed, signed by the winemaker.
Signed personal bottles
Whoop, whoop.
that you
We are
can't
so
buy,
going
but
out
I
of
could give
business.
away for a small $300 donation to Child Help.
Yeah, good thinking, Brad.
Can't sell
There
it,
you go.
but I can auction
Can't sell it, but we can
Come on.
auction it.
One more question,
Oh.
real quick.
Why, oh, why?
Sharon Long, when will you have the crew again?
Hi, Sharon.
Oh, Sharon.
Nice to see you today, by the way.
All right, so if you've been following me over on Jim Ricard's Facebook thing where we're talking about what's going on in the winery right now,
You're making that blend, aren't
oh man, here's the deal. I've got about 12 blends under the belt. Things are going fantastic. Just yesterday morning, I put the crew blend together. And I was like, oh, this blend's gonna be probably horrible. It's terrible. Blah, blah, blah. And I put the exact blend together. It was perfect.
Stunning.
So this is
That's
what's
why
gonna
it
happen.
won. That's why
So
it won.
the blend is absolutely perfect. The wines that went in are fantastic. A little bit of Cab,
Yep.
a little Syrah, some of my fantastic Zinfandel, and of course some Petite Syrah. But it wasn't just any Petite Syrah. So I don't know. You guys go ahead and do the math. You know I'm dyslexic. I put this wine, this wine. The next crew is going to have a 2016 Petite Syrah that has been in the
Wow.
barrel since 2016. And let me see, we
Wow.
are how many years out? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.5 years in the barrel for that 2016 Petite Syrah. Then we've got our 2018 Syrah. We've got 2017 Zinfandel, and it was 2017 Cabernet.
God
the
bless
blend
America, that's
is
gonna be huge.
fantastic.
Huge.
And we're going to be making just a little under 80 cases of that.
And we blow through those
In
crews.
a
They're so
perfect
good.
world, because that wine has had plenty of time to age in the barrel. That will be in the club shipment in November.
Oh man, that's exciting
Ah,
because we are
yeah.
completely out of the crew. Completely out of the
There's
crew.
hardly a crew in the house to
Not a
see,
crew in the
so
house.
that has been awesome. But that wine is coming soon.
Wow.
Yes, it is. You know what
Wow.
I'm doing? I need to get back in there
You
with
need
the
to get back in
father.
that
I just
burger,
need to
dude.
get. I just
You
want to
may
get a little
notice-
burger.
The beef burger is gone because it was stunning. It was truly exceptional.
Yeah, and I'm a grilling guy, but honestly, when you're doing a black and blue burger, or especially a chopped steak burger like this, where it's not going to hold together when you put it onto the grates, what I really love is that you can get a really great crust on the pepper, and the blue cheese starts melting out. So what happens with this burger is the blue cheese melts out, it hits the pan, it crustifies, that's a word, with the pepper, and it is just absolutely fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, the 13 father wasn't as great with it. Oh, a question about the crustification?
Low battery on it.
Oh my lord, low
Oh
battery.
God! We have a low battery situation, people. We're about to lose Facebook. Bye, Facebook. Thanks for the fun.
Okay.
Oh, wait, oh my God. We've totally got
We've got
13 and a half minutes.
Sorry, Facebook.
Oh my lord.
But
Oh,
thank you for
That was-
noticing.
Man, I was having a panic attack. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, what is that, a Nixon alert? Or
Well, the problem is,
something going on down
the
there?
problem is Apple, when you went to the Thunderbolt C thing, now you got to have multiple dongles so it can charge and do fun things.
Awesome, and our good friend Brian Lilly is totally fine with that. Ask Brian to re-engineer that thing.
Oh,
for
he
you.
will. He can do it in his sleep. He could probably re-engineer it in a USB-G. USB-G.
Another
That would
quick
be the
question?
best. I know D is where it's
We gotta
at,
get
but
Grady
G
out
would
and
be
busting out his
better.
chops.
Okay, so here we go.
Wait, 1 second. Apple, pods, phone, 15 pads. We're good, Apple. Don't get mad.
Oh no, I love my Apple. I couldn't live without this thing.
We're running everything on iPad Air Pros over there. so
Exactly. No,
all
it's
of
all
our
about the
phones-
Apple.
All right.
I can
I
nitpick.
okay, anyway.
Ow!
John Pincus is wondering, why did Brad decide to do an XIII?
That is an
Oh my
excellent,
God.
excellent question.
You know, a lot of times I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I have these visions on what type of things I want to do with wine. And this is not one of those times. I was in search of Albarino. And so I was down in Paso Robles and working with a bunch of Albarino growers down there. And this guy, I said, you know what? I'm going to buy your Albarino. This is fantastic. He said, oh, that's great. You're probably stupid. So I'm going to sell you some Albarino for way too much money, but I wanted it and it was fantastic, so I bought it. And he said, but I've got this other stuff, and you might not have heard it before, but it's really delicious and grows great here. And I said, what would that be? And he said, this is a wine, grape varietal called XIII. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. As a wine geek for most of my life, I have no idea what grape varietal that is. And he said, okay, well, this is one of the ancient Greek grapes, and we've been growing it for a long time, and people love it. And it's just has a lot of wonderful summary on not knowing what they were doing making wine. But I was pretty confident that I could take that wine, and worst case scenario, it would be a nice background blender because when you're drinking that XIII, you've got those beautiful, bright, summery peaches. Who doesn't want to have that in their wine? And so what if I added a little XIII to a Chardonnay, or added that XIII even to my Rosé to bring some wonderful peaches to the plate? That's great. I'm a chef, not a winemaker. I love bringing flavors together. And then I was thinking, my gosh, that beautiful lemon zest finish, that'd be great with some of my other wines. And I thought to myself that worst case scenario, if I can't sell it as a varietal, I could use it as a blender to make all of my other wines incredibly fantastic.
However,
so as the wine was maturing, I was like, geez, you're super delicious. And I started having XIII anxiety because I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use it as a standalone variety or use it as a background blender. And every day I tasted it, it was telling me it needs to be a standalone variety. And but then I was wondering if my club and everybody can understand it. I love the wine. So what happened at the end of the day, it's an absolutely fantastic wine. I knew people would love it because it tastes great. Explaining to people grape varietals are not familiar with is difficult, but I don't need to explain that wine. You taste it. It doesn't taste like any other wine you've had, but it has very classic wine flavors, and so I knew people would love it. And it's been a top seller. I cannot tell you a top seller for me. So it ended up being one of the good happy accidents that I've had. And yes, I am still working with my good friends down there in Paso Robles to get me more of the XIII, and I'm pretty confident we'll be doing some more this year as well. So sometimes what's neat is you happen upon things, and if you go into it with an open mind, and you can end up with something pretty cool.
but that's what I was going to say. You always go into things with a very open mind. You're like, okay, well, maybe I've never heard of it. Maybe it's not something my club would like, but maybe I should try it anyway. And you did it, and it made you so happy.
Well, here's the thing: if it wasn't good, it wasn't going in.
Oh, no one would. No one know except me.
Yep.
And I drink
it. It would just been wholesaled out, and we wouldn't worry about it again.
But thank goodness Brad tried it, because it is truly the best summer wine ever.
Gosh darn it! And I was just on. I did a podcast this last week with Psalm
In the Green Room.
In the Green Room. Those people are great.
.green.
In the Green Room. .green. Great people there. Big winos in Arizona, and the Psalm from AZ was tasting this wine for the first time, and I was a little anxious about it because I didn't know how he would receive it, since he probably has never had this wine before. But he gave it rave reviews as well, along with our Sauvignon Blanc, Black Bubbles, and we didn't pay him for that. He was just giving his honest opinion. He was really really impressed, and he's an old school guy like me that likes the European or the European style of wines that have more balance and character versus just intensity and
Overwhelming fruit.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I've been listening. Years I've been listening to all this fun stuff. And I actually learned something.
So that was awesome, and he really was appreciative of the wines, and I can't wait to see him. I'm going to be flying out to Arizona pretty shortly and doing some more stuff with those guys. So if you want to listen to some fun podcasts, you can check that out as well.
And they have all the podcasts online. So in the green room, .green.
But if you want to go there just for me as well, that's
You
great.
should,
So
because
there's
Brad
one
was
podcast. It was a lot of fun.
hilarious.
But we will do another podcast with these folks again here shortly, where I want to get in studio.
No,
we
he'll
can
be
really,
in Phoenix doing
so
it.
we can really interact. It might even turn into a happy hour live, so that
It'll
we
totally
can
be
have,
a happy hour
um,
if I know Brad.
so we can have a lot more fun that way.
So we should probably quickly. Oh, Anna has a question.
I have a very interesting question.
It's a very interesting.
I believe this is from Carrie Frico as well. What about Nebbiolo? Is that grown in the Alexander Valley?
The question is, what about Nebbiolo? Is that grown in the Alexander Valley? I'm going to say if there's any Nebbiolo in Alexander Valley, it's in a private vineyard, somebody's small private farm. I don't believe anybody's growing it specifically to put into a wine. There's a lot more Italian grape varietals grown in Dry Creek, and I know that there's Nebbiolo out there.
Sure.
But there's more Nebbiolo up in Mendocino County, out in Potter Valley. What you want to do is look for your Italian strongholds up here in the North Bay, and that's where it's going to be. But Cabernet, you know, is king in the Alexander Valley, and it almost is impossible to plant anything else just because of the financials that go to work there. I do believe it actually would grow nicely. I would put it on a western-facing slope so that it can get some more intense sun, so you can ripen out some of those intense flavors in the Nebbiolo.
Nice. Thank you, Anna. Always with the fun questions. So we should probably talk about the $1 shipping coming to an end.
It is. We're just a
Alas.
week away for the $1
Yep.
shipping on 6 bottles more throughout the continental United States. Take advantage of that. If it's too hot, still take advantage of it. I'm not going to ship
We'll
you the
send it
wine.
when it's okay.
We'll send it when it's okay, but if you want to take advantage of the $1 shipping right now, and then if you're in Arizona, you'll probably get it in October, maybe a little earlier because we do have GSO there. But for our Texas and Florida folks, but if you want to save the money on it, buy now. We will ship it later. We'll also work with you if you want it earlier. If you want to pay a little surcharge for the cool pack shipping, we can make that happen as well.
On the 26th, we got the big raffle. The big raffle.
This is really important.
The
Gotta
big
say,
raffle.
Tell all your friends we're going to be raffling off our 15-liter bottle of Reserve Cabernet. It is my 10-year anniversary wine. It's my big thank you to all of my friends that have been my wine club members for the 10 years.
Yeah.
Don't forget, all of our wine club members that were with us for 10 years or greater got a 3-liter of the exact same wine for free.
Yep.
So we like taking care of the people that take care of us.
Thank
And
you for that.
nothing like having one of the most super fantastic wines ever in a 15-liter,
Ever.
and invite
With the
12,
B.
13 of your friends and have a great time. That'll be some good stuff.
Oh,
The other,
and then there's, you were thinking, we have a new way to keep in contact with people. These fun new
Oh.
things keep coming up.
this is coming soon. This is
This
the big
is
deal.
exciting. This
All
is a very big deal. For people who are not seeing those emails,
We've got a lot of folks that aren't seeing our emails. We are working really hard that you're getting them. Some of the email purveyors are readjusting all their algorithms right now, and so if you've been getting my emails for 15 years, you may not get them. We're working desperately to get that fixed, but I also understand that your inbox is full to the brim.
To the
with
brim. To the
everybody
brim.
trying to let you know that we are
Open,
open,
or
selling
this,
wine.
or
This.
that.
So we are going to be moving to a text system that if you want to understand what's going on at Mercury and you care about what's happening at Mercury, you don't want to miss the deals, you don't want to miss the shipping deals, you won't want to miss, I've only got 10 cases of this. How many people are online? Maybe 50, maybe 60. But the deal is that so many people have no idea that I just released this wine. If you want to know what's happening at Mercury, I'm going to promise you that I'm going to be very concise. I'm going to text you, this bottle of wine is on sale. If you care about the wine club shipment coming, click here. You're going to have these links so that I'm just trying to get through the clutter so that you can get the information that you need. There's nothing worse when someone calls me up a week later after I've sold out of a bottle of wine because it was on sale, and they missed that email. And I don't blame you. There's so many emails.
there's just so much email. Email is overwhelming. So
But,
texting.
but what you should
but
do
you
is
have to
give
opt
all
in.
my emails extra stars and checks because that will make Google
It'll
send
help
it to
Google.
the front
Yes.
of the list so that if you like my email or give it a flag that's a good flag, Google will make sure that you see that because we don't want you guys to miss out. Freddie
no,
is just like,
Freddie
oh my
does
gosh.
not want you to miss out
He says
on
Grady,
cute Freddie
he
pictures.
says Grady's got all this asparagus.
I
Oh,
do.
He did. He ate the asparagus
No,
last
he
night.
loves the asparagus.
He likes it. Freddie ate the asparagus, just like Brad said. He loves it.
He thinks it's absolutely fantastic.
You're such a good dog.
Do you want some? It's the parmesan in there that he likes. He likes that stuff too.
Oh, Freddie
There
loves
you
it
go.
all. He's such a good dog.
Oh my God. Anyway, guys, I just want you all to be safe out there. Everybody, try to keep the social distancing up. Let's make sure that we pound this thing into the ground.
Pound it into the ground.
Let's not let this get back away from us. Enjoy the wines. Have a great Father's Day. I certainly hope if you can't be with your father, spend some time on Face Chat, Zoom, or any of these
Zoom,
other
all the fun things.
Junes or Zooms. Give them a little shout out. Spend some time with them. And if they happen to be around, make that black and blue burger for them. I don't think there's a dad in town that's going to say no to that.
That wasn't spectacular. It's
Yeah.
pretty spectacular.
So,
and we are taking reservations for seated
Oh gosh,
tastings,
dang
right?
it! I was ready to close
Thanks,
out.
Danny.
There we go.
I saw it in your
Okay.
eyes, dude. I saw it in your eyes.
According to, we're following all of our rules and regulations.
Oh,
for
gosh, we
having
are.
people come through our place, and we expect you to be just as safe as us. So we want you to be masked up and ready to go when you're coming into our tasting room. But we now are open for tastings inside. We're running through the rest of this weekend as we were for the last 2 weeks
As
with only
outside.
outdoors. And then we're going to be able to handle 6 to 8 people at a time inside for the tasting room. But we are absolutely still going to be requiring reservations for that because we're not going to be able to have people moving
We
about.
just can't have tons
So,
of people coming
if you want to come and see us and you didn't feel like being outside, our indoor reservations are now open and we can keep everybody distanced, and we've got our little placards and everything that we need.
Gloves,
And
masks.
but like I said,
all the
we're
stuff.
trusting you to be safe. If you don't feel good, don't come.
That's right.
Come when you feel
But
good.
if you're feeling
But if you're
safe,
feeling good and you're feeling
come
safe,
see
come
us.
and see us.
We can do it.
And we're going to do our very best to make sure that you're taken care of. Even though it's not necessarily required to be having people having full meals anymore, they're lowering those restrictions as well. But we are still doing a lot of, we're still working with Diabla, so Diabla can easily bring food right over to you. But now we're also working with the Catellis and our Corner Project, which is our new beer bar that's up at the end of the street.
a beer bar. Yes.
Yes, that's a good thing. Our Corner Project. So we have Catelli's, Corner Project, and Diabla. And then this is what's going to be happening for the next 3 weeks. Because we're opening up and so many things are happening, I am not going to be cooking any new recipes. What I'm going to be doing, though, is I'm going to be going over to Diabla, Catelli's, and Corner Project and showing you all of the fancy foods that they're creating.
Happening too.
Because all of them have had a lot of time to create new recipes, and they've got so many new things on the
much
menu.
fun.
And you already know the food's great out here, but they're going to be taking it to the next level. So I'm going to be eating some of their new dishes and pairing them up with my wines. And since that the whole takeout thing is still happening, you can sit in my back patio and still order Catelli's food, so you
Sure.
can enjoy a Catelli's dining experience, but be in the Mercury backyard, which is super fantastic.
times.
Mhm. Did
So
I
much
forget
fun.
Anything else, my friends?
I think that was it. Just wanted to give a update on our being open.
There you go. All right. I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching and buying, and tell your friends. The friends and family discount that's
Right.
extended to your
That's
friends and family.
also going away.
That also goes away
So-
with the shipping. So if you've got a friend who loves Mercury wine, tell them to call up and buy the wine. They can get your discount. How fantastic is that?
And then you get a
And
ticket for the 15
you
liter.
get a ticket for the 15 liter, and they get the $1 shipping on 6 bottles. So what a great way to be joining the wine club. And then just a shout out. This has been great. The folks have been coming up for 6 wine clubs today. 6 wine club members.
Yeah, yeah.
6 wine club members.
New
today.
wine club members.
New wine club members. So
Out of
shout
nowhere.
out to all of you guys. I
Thank
know
you.
you were all racing home so that you could enjoy
So
our
you could
video
watch
as
our
well.
awesome show.
So thank you guys for joining the club. It's been absolutely fantastic. And gosh,
Because
darn it.
club members can come watch.
All right, we're going to be seeing you soon, and be looking out for all of our next videos at Jim Ricard Foods.
Jim
Wines,
Ricard,
Good times.
check out the Child's Play. I'll make sure that the link is up on
Child's
our
Play
website.
or Child Help?
Child Help.
I would go with
Child's
Child
Play
Help.
is a different thing.
Child Help is probably
That's a whole different thing, Grady. Whole different thing. Wow.
Do we have a delay? Can we?
Yeah.
Can we
No,
dump?
it's too late.
Hit,
It's too late. It's
and
out.
hit the dump button. Hit the dump button.
I'm certain it's something
That
good.
is actually no. I know what Grady was doing as a thespian, not a lesbian. As a thespian, Child's Play was And is.
a theater group back in Phoenix.
And
back
Grady
in the
was
day.
involved in that, and
I
under
was. God
in,
bless
in an
America.
Was this before
appropriate,
the movie?
in an
Very
appropri-
appropriate.
in an appropriate.
Oh, and there was
way.
a movie. Yes, there was a
Before the
movie.
was-
Yeah, back. Dude, I'm old. It was back in the '80s. This is way back in the day. Child help. Child help.
Child help, super fantastic.
That link is live.
But you can go to the Child Help and their website and find us.
So look for
Don't-
the 25 men.
Yep. 25 men
25 men who can cook and fundraise.
who think they can cook
No.
and fundraise. I know I can.
I know Brad can cook.
And I actually know I can
I ate a
fundraise.
burger today
And then
that I love.
don't forget, guys. No kidding aside. We've got. I'm going up against San Francisco Giants baseball players. I'm going up against Los Angeles Angels
Some
baseball
guy who
players.
cooks pizza for a living kind of thing.
Pizza living people. Oh, wait a minute. The Cristo family.
Oh.
If you're from Phoenix, Arizona, you know the Cristo family. 40 years of fantastic Italian cooking. They're trying to woo you in and get you to donate on their site with some sauce.
Super
Come on.
rad.
I'm doing
Super rad.
ribs. Yes, Anna?
Anna.
Two things.
2 things from Anna.
2 things from Anna.
Burr R1.
You're
Hi.
R1.
Hello, Kerr.
Lesbians are great too.
I was.
We know that. He wasn't saying anything like they're not. He was just saying that thespian and lesbian sound very close.
Yes, Anna.
And Carrie Carrico comments. All I'm going to think about now is Child's Play.
I am
If you
so
guys
sorry.
missed- if you guys missed
I
that,
am
all
so
they're gonna be
sorry.
thinking about is Child's Play. And that's fine too. You know, I'm sure
As
it's
long
on-
as you
I'm
go
sure
to
it's
Child's
on-
Help and then you hit play,
I'm sure.
then
it's
we'll
on-
be good.
I'm sure that's on Netflix. And before we get into too much trouble,
we're already in trouble.
I
Dave. It's
know,
over.
I
It's
know.
all over.
But this has been absolutely fantastic.
This has
Again,
been
thank
so
you guys
much
so
fun.
much for your support.
Oh,
It's been a good time.
my God.
And support those good people. And if it's not them, support the charity that you need to support that
'Cause
maybe is
everybody
affecting
needs help
your
right
life.
now.
And just
Everybody.
the charities cannot raise money like they've been. If we had a live auction, they can't do live
can't do
auctions.
live auctions.
They cannot do it. So even if it's not this charity, get out there and support the charities that you've supported in the past. I was just talking about some folks. I'm a military guy, as you know. Fisher House, another absolutely fantastic charity. In a nutshell, it's very much like the Ronald McDonald House, where if your son or daughter has been injured, but they're in Carolina, but you live in California, they build these homes right next to the bases where these people are being taken care of, and they will fly you out there for free. They will put you up for free. They will feed you while you're taking care of your son or daughter that needs great help. Isn't that amazing? So
Yeah.
Fisher House, and then I was talking about Child Help. They're at 96. Those guys
Sure.
are at 99.9 on level, and another 99.9 that I support too. And this is the real deal. And there's no bottles of wine for this, but if you want to help them out, and it is called Warrior Nation Freedom Station. Now that is super important. There's a lot of Warrior Nation donations
Tons.
out there, but it's Warrior Nation Freedom Station, and what they're doing, they're specifically doing it down in Balboa in San Diego, where I was in the Navy at. And what they're doing is these men and women that have been injured from various different ways, whether they were injured in battle or just injured because they were in the military, those great people are building halfway homes for those folks, because once you've been medically discharged, you still may be getting medical help, but you don't get any income. Maybe we should work on that too. But until we can fix that, these people now have these homes that are around the military hospitals, and so that they can go back and forth to military hospitals, and they will also help you find jobs in the civilian world, or provide the mental health aspect that might not be there when you're getting your physical things taken care of. So these are the charities that I like to support. Some of them have touched me personally, and some of them are just a great thing to do. And I think at this time, there's no better thing to do than support the people that you know need support. So whatever charity it happens to be, make sure it's a good one. Make sure that they're spending most of their money on helping the people that they're supposed to be helping. And other than that, get out there and make this planet a better place. That's some of the stuff. Best part is, I know you guys are going to do it. So
Exactly, because you
let's-
guys are doers. You guys,
we
the
don't need to
support
wait.
we've already gotten for Child's
We don't need to
Help.
wait until the holidays.
Awesome.
Support now. You don't need to wait for the holidays. This is the time where maybe you haven't gone out to dinner for the last 8 months. Take your money you spent that you would have gone out to dinner on and put it at your charity. I
Sure.
don't care if it's Alzheimer's or whatever it is. Get out there and make this place a better planet. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week.
We'll have
Cheers.
more happy hour. Thank you guys so much. Thank
Damn it. That's the truth. All right, graders. Get her.
What a killer show. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next week. Cheers. Well, it's because we have cool people in the audience. You feed off that energy.
You did it.
I can't hear it.
Yes.
Chucky's gonna haunt you tonight.
Oh, God bless America. Chucky! I'm sorry, Chucky. God bless it. I am such a crack nugget. My God.